Good morning, good morning, good morning. I do hear a little echo there, Brooks, but good morning, everybody. Jim Weller here. We are live at Weller's Utility Trailers on Route 13 in Bridgeville, and thank you, Fran, for setting everything up back at the studio, and you are listening to Weller Does Delmarva. This is a weekly show that I do, and I enjoy doing it. Got lots of things to talk about. Going to have Darren Gingrich on from Select Financial. I got some pop questions for him, so I'm going to see if I can trip him up, stump him up. He's a little short guy. He's easy to trip up. But anyway, well, you can't see that through the radio. But wanted to let you know that if you ever want to watch our show, we record it like a videotape recording, and you can go to Weller Does Delmarva after about Monday afternoon or evening and see this week's show. But you can go there now and see last week's show and say, my goodness, they have an awful good time talking on the radio. So good morning, and I want to hit one of my sponsors, George Luff and Associates. His son Tyler's actually working with him now too. But they have been doing our payroll for the past few years. And if you're listening and you have a small business and you either downsized or you've grown or you're just sick of all the new rules and regulations pertaining to payroll, one thing they offer, it's called Easy Payroll, and we've been dealing with them now going on probably 2 years as far as them doing our payroll, and we really enjoy it because we don't have to worry about all those W-2s and 3s and 4s and I-9s and direct deposits and stuff like that. So anyway, I wanted to let you know Easy Payroll is what George Luff does for us, and he does a real good job. So anyway, just want to let you know their number is 422-9699, 422-9699. They do have a website, and it's www.luffcas.com. Then I wanted to mention First Class Heating and Air. Everybody that's been listening to the show knows I had a new heating and air conditioning system installed, and I just love it. I am much more efficient. Price of propane was up this winter. That I couldn't do much about, but one thing I did find with my new system is I saved about $40 a month in electricity, which kind of amazed me. So anyway, that wasn't even in their sales pitch, but it's First Class Heating and Air. I had a new heating and air conditioning system put in. I had the underneath of my house encapsulated, and guess what? Next week we're going to do this show live from my house, where they're going to be doing some kind of a performance test. I guess they're going to put my house through the paces to see how well it performs. So we'll be talking about that live on the radio as they do it, and we're going to also record that so you can watch that thing later on. But they're going to do some tests in my house to tell me how energy efficient my house is. So whether you need heating, plumbing, electrical, air conditioning, or a home performance test, give them a call. First Class Heating and Air, 934-8900, 934-8900. Now, I do want to go to my first guest, good friend of mine. Darren, are you there? And good morning to you there, young man.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. And how is things at Select Financial?
Really good.
You're in Milford. How do you describe where you're at?
Right next to what used to be the old Geyer's restaurant. It's now the Pizza Palace. We're in the same building. Our little corner office. You see Select Financial Group on the side of the building.
Okay, it's kind of funny. Easy to find. Just follow your nose.
Exactly.
Follow the pizza.
Follow the pizza.
Follow the pizza. So or salad or whatever.
Yeah,
so
they've got great.
They do a good job. Okay.
So our goal is to get pizza to the people to the restaurant, and then from there,
right,
it's a little jaunt down the sidewalk, and they can
and
stop
right
in and say hi.
That's right. I stop in almost every time I go there.
There you go.
Hoping you'll just pay for my lunch. But anyway, that's a side note. So anyway, Select Financial. First of all, I'm just curious. Have you been busy people buying IRAs?
We have been
doing
busy.
their taxes and saying, hey, I want to save a little extra money, think about the future, stuff like that. It got me thinking about it. But I want to know, how are you seeing the economy, and how is this economy relating to price of gas going up, or is there inflation? I notice everything I go to buy seems to cost just a little bit more. And I'll tell you what I'm finding also, and I don't even know if this is a form of inflation or not, but things come in smaller containers but cost just a smidgen more. But I recently ate at a restaurant and the salad plate was smaller.
Yes.
But the price of the salad was the same.
That's right.
And I got a little bit less dressing than I used to get. Now, as odd as that sounds, would that even be called inflation?
I believe it is. In fact, I have a story very much like that. I went into a fast food restaurant, and I had a cheeseburger, and I opened the bun, and it was just a piece of cheese, a standard square of cheese. And I took it back. I said, "You didn't put a burger on this." And it was the dollar. I was in a cheapo mood, and it was like a dollar burger. And she was kind of embarrassed. She kind of flipped the bun flipped it the other way, and exposing the burger.
Really?
The burger was literally so small, it was completely hidden by a standard piece of cheese. So it's an effort for them.
She knew it.
She knew it. It's an effort for them to continue to offer the dollar burger when the value of the dollar continues to go down.
So does the burger.
Exactly. Because their other
They have
option
no
is
choice.
they have to raise the price or lower
Or lose money.
They have no choice.
Right.
They have to do one or the other. Because
Wow.
the reality is this.
I didn't mean to get off on this inflation thing.
Oh,
but
no,
it's
that's
just
good.
it's something I've noticed lately. That's all.
Well, the value.
So a dollar's not worth a dollar.
That's the
hasn't been for years.
That's the problem is the value of the dollar continues to go down.
Okay.
We call that inflation. But it's probably one of the most deceiving things to most people. Most people are not, they'll come out of the grocery store. I mean, think about the grocery store the last 6 months. Have you guys noticed the price of food going up dramatically? Mm-hmm. We're not hearing about inflation too much, are we?
No.
But we know what's happening. The price of fuel, the price of food.
But containers, and you get a bag of chips, and it's this huge bag, and you open it up, and there's barely half. It's barely half full of potato chips.
Exactly. So here's the real problem.
Okay.
Let's say you're retired and you're living on Social Security, and you've got a couple $100,000.
Like a fixed income.
Right.
Okay.
You got maybe a couple $100,000 in a bank in the CD because that's what you've always done. And what are you getting today on CDs? I
don't know. Nothing.
A percent or two, maybe being really super optimistic. I don't know. So maybe you're getting a percent or two. But if inflation is 6%, meaning if the value of your dollar is going down.
So if you're getting 2% and inflation's 6%.
If inflation is 6%, the value of your dollar drops 6% that year. So you get 2%, you've actually lost 4%.
It is.
If you have $100,000,
you're losing $4,000 every year.
$4,000, but you're doing it because you've always done it and because you don't know there's other options.
Okay.
The question is, are there other options, Jim?
I'm hoping there is.
That's exactly right. Okay. And there are other options.
I guess I should have asked you that question. Is there?
It was a trick question.
It was a trick question. Okay.
There are other options, but the thing is, the reality is most of us don't want to try something new. We'd like to do what we've always done.
It's comfortable to us.
Exactly.
Yep.
So we want to continue to do what we've done, but we have this acute awareness that it's not working anymore. Right. But we don't know what else to do. So what you need to do is call 424-7777 because there are solutions. I mean, there are options. There are options, and options that you would probably feel very comfortable with. I mean, we can show you some programs people don't even know about.
You showed me some I didn't even know about.
There are some programs that have far outpaced CDs that haven't had a down year in 20 years.
Wow.
But people just don't know about them.
I guess if I can assess what you might be saying, you're saying don't give up. Don't despair.
Correct.
There is thoughts, there is opportunities, but the question is, will you, meaning me, a person, take the initiative to get involved?
That's right.
In other words, and if you're dealing with an investor that hasn't talked to you in the past few months about some new ideas, maybe it's time to just let somebody else. You could be like a backboard. I could bounce ideas off you.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's what I find when we get together. We're like two big backboards. We're bouncing ideas off of each other.
I think.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, sure. For the vertically challenged.
Well, and the other thing is, if you believe we're hearing about the next market correction, if you believe that's coming, what have you done about it lately?
Can I ask you what that means?
Well, we just look
market correction.
Look at correction is a nice way for the market going down again.
Okay,
the market's
going
up and down.
Now.
Right. So I mean, I've heard a lot of noise lately on the media about the next 10-20% correction. So if you believe that the market in general, that doesn't mean your portfolio is necessarily going to be. It depends on your portfolio.
Yes, and it depends also on the guy helping you, guy, gal, whatever, guiding you through your portfolio decisions.
That's correct.
Because the decision is yours, not meaning you, Darren, meaning me, Jim Weller. The decision is mine.
Right.
The other decision is, who am I going to get input from?
That's correct. So if you believe there could be a market correction, I mean, maybe you believe the market will continue to always go up and always go up. But if you believe there could be a correction, what have you done about that? Because there are things you can and should do.
Right.
What have you
Other
done
than
about
sit
it?
on your hands.
Other than sit on your hands, hoping it doesn't happen.
Right. Pretend it's going to pass you by. In other words, it's going to be a market correction.
It's not recommended.
Right. For everybody but me.
Right.
Okay.
So you can continue to pay your advisor if you're
nothing.
not getting any advice from him, and sit on your hands.
And he'll probably
while
be
you
real
sit-
happy with you. Well, listen, so for example, let's just say there's somebody out there listening right now, and they maybe have some money, okay? Or maybe you're possibly going to inherit some money or intend to win the lottery over the weekend or something like that, in other words. But it does start with they need to have, well, even if somebody doesn't have money, in other words, is there something somebody can start with a small thing and start investing? In other words,
and you should, because the
let's
bulk
say
of
somebody just had a baby.
yeah.
And they're a grandparent. In other words, if one of their kids just had a thing. In other words, I remember when the lady I married, her name's Denise, when she was born, her grandfather gave her mom and dad $3,000 to invest for her. In other words, by the time we were married, that was a chunk of money.
Yeah. No, and we've seen that. We've seen where these 529s that were started out at birth are now worth, $100,000 at college age. I mean, I'm just using some examples, but they can be meaningful.
No, wait a minute. My wife didn't have $100,000
Well,
when I married her.
I'm not talking about
Now I'm
putting
feeling
$3,000.
like,
No, I'm not talking about $3,000.
to go back and
starting
talk
with
to her.
$3,000. I'm just saying we've seen these that over periods of time can make a big difference.
But I think the key is get started.
The key is get started. The key is to start doing something different than you've done before when you know what you did before doesn't work.
Would you even be willing to talk to somebody even if they weren't ready to do something but ready to just start with a conversation?
Absolutely. I'll talk to people even if they don't meet our, minimum requirements for
but
an
that
account.
even set aside.
I'll
Forget
I'll
I'm
still
just
sit
saying
down
if
with them
somebody
and
is
give them
listening
good advice.
and
Yes.
they're like, I've never done
Absolutely.
an investment in my life.
Yes.
Would you just at least be willing to just talk to them
Absolutely.
and say, here are your options?
Yes.
Because I mean, I have to be honest, I'm not an investment guy. But you got me thinking about it more than I ever have in my life, in other words, because I'm used to things. But things, if I buy houses and things, they require more work, more energy, more expense. In other words, an investment, I'm under the impression if I invest some money in something, it works for me while I'm sleeping, while I'm having a good day, while I'm having a bad day. It's always working for me.
Correct.
Is that a fair way of putting it?
That's right.
Okay. All right. We're about out of time.
Well,
Believe it
and
or not,
investments
but-
can be, the IRA, which a lot of people have, or another strategy to generate income for you as another business. Right. So investing can be done within an IRA, a retirement account, or a non-retirement account.
Right.
So,
but if there's a young couple listening and they just said, look, I've never thought about this, but daggone, I need to talk about it and at least start the ball rolling, they can give you a call.
Yep.
Kind of like a no obligation conversation.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're out of time. Brooks, easy over there. Brooks Ritter's our executive producer, and he is going wild with hand signals over here. Okay.
We're just so hard to control.
All right. Well, Darren's the talker here. I'd have been done 10 minutes ago. All right. Anything else? You got a phone number again?
424-7777.
Select Financial in Milford.
Yes.
Conveniently located right next to
the Pizza Palace.
Pizza Palace. All right. You got a website?
www.selectfinancial.us, not .com, .us.
Okay, and let me ask you one more thing. Do you use email?
Yes.
Could somebody email you?
They can. Darren at selectfinancial.us, DARREN.
Darren.
At selectfinancial.us.
Okay, anything else?
Just keep on keeping on. Don't be
give
pessimistic.
Up. Don't be shy.
Things are different than they used to be, but that doesn't mean you don't have things you can do.
Right.
You don't
and
have
we're
to
not
just sit
done.
on your hands. That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And if you sit on your hands long enough, they'll go numb. Okay? We don't want to go numb.
I'll take your word for it, Jim.
Okay. Well, anyway, I do it all the time. All right. Thank you, Darren. Darren from Select Financial. Actually, he's going to be back with a guest from the Geneva Academy, a real nice school that I have had a little involvement in, and good people. We're going to talk to them here right after 8:30. So anyway, what's next? We're going to play the disclaimer. Here it comes, folks. Ready?
Opinions voiced in this program are for general information only and not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, financial advisor, or tax advisor prior to investing. Securities are offered in the U.S. through First Allied Securities Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer. Member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory services are offered through First Allied Advisory Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor.
There you go, everybody. That was it. Next is one of my other sponsors is L&W Insurance Agency. I want to say a big thank you to them. People say to me, how can you be happy with your accountant? How can you be happy with your financial guy? How can you be happy with your insurance people and your heating and air guy? Because I deal with people I kind of like dealing with. And dealing with me is also not super easy. So anyway, if we've dealt for 20 years, we've endured each other well. So one company I've dealt with for many, many years is L&W Insurance Company. A good friend of mine, Bill Strickland, now owns it and does a good job. They've been serving Delaware for over 60 years. Man, they offer auto, home, health, life, commercial coverage. Good place to deal. Live, friendly person answers the phone during business hours. I like that. One of the largest independent agencies in Delaware. They represent me, the policyholder, not the insurance company. And what I mean by that is when they talk to me about insurance, they'll give me a quote from more than one company, not just one. When you deal with an insurance agent that just has one brand of insurance, they kind of are working for that insurance company and not necessarily you. So L&W Insurance Agency, give them a call, 674-3500. Tell them I sent you. On the web, it's lwinsurance.com. I got just a couple minutes here. Brooks, are you in sales today?
Absolutely.
What time are you going to hit the road?
I will be out there at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Yes.
We have had some smoking Saturdays, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Well, we sell 10 trailers last Saturday.
That's correct. And it was just
So-
two of us.
Two of us.
Yep.
Wow. So if
we're
there was
prepared
four
for-
of you.
We're prepared for 20 today.
Right. All right. We're very stocked up on help today. Plenty of trailers.
Yes.
Brooks is in sales, and it's been really good, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. It's been.
Things have really took a turn. You know what I'm noticing? We're selling better trailers. Not, in other words, we have all levels of trailers. We have a $599 trailer in any direction you want to go. But we've been advertising lately that if you're looking for a trailer, nothing against any of our competitors, but they usually sell one brand. And we sell about, would you say, how many brands do we sell? Is it a dozen or 14?
I'd say it's probably close to a dozen.
Okay, so we
a lot
sell
of different.
a lot of different brands. So a guy comes in, he's looking for a 6x12 landscaper. Is it fair to say you could show him 6 different versions of that trailer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, where one of our competitors is going to show them one.
Yep. And it may not be 6 different brands. It might be 3 or 4 different brands with different qualities within that brand.
Right.
So
Higher
there's-
sides or box tubing versus angle iron, a pipe top rail versus an angle iron rail, and wire
Absolutely.
mesh sides versus a steel sides, and so on.
Yep.
So we are the selection place. But what I've noticed in that is we are selling more of the premium type trailers. I think people are coming in saying, wow, I thought all trailers were the same and all I had to do was shop the price.
Not at
Man,
all.
wouldn't that make it easy?
That would make it easy, but it's definitely not that
Not
way.
the case, So in other words, if you're shopping for a trailer, my advice, do you want them to shop us first or last? Which would you prefer?
Shop us last because we're gonna take care of you and get the job.
And it's like filling in the gaps. In other words, if you go to this trailer dealer, this trailer dealer, this trailer dealer, some of them don't even come out of the building. Some of them stand inside the showroom, look out the window and point you here and there. The big box stores don't even interface with you. They don't have a clue.
They think the trailers are out front.
Yeah, they think they're out front and they're really around side of the building over there by the dog kennels, in other words, But what I'm saying is if you come here, you're going to actually talk to a person that's willing to go outside. And so if you go to 2 or 3 other places and get their prices, that's all good. We love people to shop. We want them to shop. Because once you get here and engage in a conversation with us, you're going to immediately know how much the other person did or didn't know.
Sure.
Is that fair to say?
Absolutely.
Because you guys spend like 40 minutes with people, an hour. I saw you out there in the rain the other day. You know what's funny? When it rains, we get a lot of contractors, a lot of farmers, a lot of business people because they don't have as much to do on a rainy day. And when these guys stand out there for an hour in the pouring rain, I'm like, man, both people got their boots or shoes wet, and somebody's going to buy something.
Yes.
So then they come in, they bought 2. I'm like, holy mackerel. So anyway, we have a selection. That's fair to say. I've noticed a real turn in the economy. That's a good feeling. And I've noticed a real turn here that people are appreciative of the fact that we don't sell just one brand of trailer.
Absolutely. That's
Value. We want to help them. We want to show you what $1,000 buys, but we want you to know what $1,200 buys, and we want you to know so that way you can make an educated decision, not just, how much is your price? Price is important, but a good deal on a box of lemons, guess what you still own?
A box of lemons.
A
And we
box
want to
of
make sure
lemons.
that you get what's going to work for your needs too.
Yeah.
The last thing we want to do is you come in and you're going to carry a 3,000-pound UTV and you want a 5x8 $599 landscaper.
And it's 8 foot long, and you buy an 8-foot trailer, and the thing sways like crazy.
Exactly. So we want to make sure that we're getting you in the trailer that you need, not necessarily what's out there. Just we want to find out what's going to work best for you to make sure you're happy in the long run, make sure it works for you, what you're carrying, and keep the relationship great.
That it's functional.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Brooks. You're
Thank you.
just a saint. Your
I
mom
try.
told me that.
I try.
Anyway, hey, got another thing I want to talk about here lately. We've had a thing going on, the Weller's Weight Loss Challenge, and I am looking for a way to lose weight and still continue to eat the same. And I've almost found it, to be quite honest with you. I'm working with Dave and Jeannie Morgan. They've been real good to me. I've been getting like a wrap on my stomach once a week. My stomach is shrinking. My face is now getting smaller. I'm not getting my face wrapped. But I've lost about 12 pounds. Haven't had to alter my eating habits. That's been the thing I like the most. But anyway, so if you're listening and you say, man, I'd like to get a little more fit. I'd like to focus on my health. Might want to detoxify my body. And I might want somebody to coach and guide me along the way. Give Dave or Jeannie a call. They have some products that will definitely make a difference. They've made a difference for me, and I'm very pleased with them. So this is not really what I would call a paid commercial as much as it's just me saying, man, in all my life, this is the only thing that I've ever done that really has actually worked for me and given me noticeable results. So any questions, if you're just listening and say, well, what do they have to offer? How hard is it? How hard isn't it? And stuff like that. And if I do it, do I have to eat out as much as Jim does, or do I not have to eat out that much, or whatever? So 422-8315, 422-8315 is their number, and that's Dave or Jeannie Morgan, and they can tell you what they have to offer. They can guide you through it. They can give you their 2 cents worth. Both of them have experienced a real change in their health and physical being by some of the things they are offering. So give them a call, 422-8315. You are listening to Weller Does Delmarva. We are here at Weller's Utility Trailers, and the phone number at the store here is 337-8228. I don't know if the phones are on yet or not, but anyway, we open, what time, 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, and we're here till 1 o'clock?
That's correct.
Unless the last customer takes a little longer or wants to buy 2 instead of 1, we'll stay just a little bit longer. Is that right?
Absolutely.
All right. We have a website, wellers.com.
Yep.
And a lot of ads, a lot of specials right now.
Oh, yeah.
That one with all the trailers in it come out in the guide the other day, and I'm like, man, there were some good deals in there. That little 5x8, that's like what do we call for just the very beginning trailer buyer?
Yeah.
5 foot wide, 8 foot long, perfect for a mower or a four wheeler or a golf cart or something like that. What is it? How much is that thing?
$5.99 for the wire mesh floor.
Wow.
Or you can get a wood floor for only $50 more, $647.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even think that's $50 more.
It's not.
I think it's like $47 more.
It is.
Well, it's really $47 and 1 cent or something like that. But anyway,
But
so
they've been very
that's a
popular
treated
lately.
wood floor. Is that plywood or what?
That's treated 2x.
Really?
Yep.
All right, 337-8228 is the number, wellers.com on the web. Hey, we're going to be back in a minute. We're going to be talking to Pat Dundas. She's got some really interesting things to tell us. Weller Does Delmarva. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Stay tuned.
Are you looking for an active, enriching, and fun environment for your child or teen this summer? Then register now for YMCA of Delaware Summer Camp. The Y offers 2 different summer camps to choose from. Week-long day camps held at YMCA branches throughout Delaware, or overnight camp at beautiful Camp Taqua on the Chesapeake Bay. Y camps offer a safe place for kids to get active and improve their skills as they swim, play sports, and participate in a wide variety of physical and creative activities. We know how much camp can impact a child's life. At the end of summer camp, your child or teen will leave as a stronger, confident, more well-rounded person. They'll make new friends, learn new skills, enjoy the outdoors, and most of all, have fun. Y camps are for every child. Financial assistance is available. Register your child for Y Summer Camp today. Hurry, weekly camps are filling up fast. To learn more or to register online, visit ymcade.org.
CBS News Update. I'm Gary Nahn. 1 body has been recovered, 2 people still missing. Crews are now transitioning from rescue to recovery in the fire and the crash of a hot air balloon in central Virginia north of Richmond last night. The balloon hit a power line.
Now that we have daybreak, we're hoping that this will definitely expedite the search process. And we will continue to keep searching until we find the other 2 occupants.
Virginia State Police spokeswoman Corinne Geller.
We're hoping that folks in the area may be able to help us to to really zero in on where the balloon landed as well as where the gondola came down.
A number of people are pitching in.
I'd also like to thank the public, those who may have seen the balloon in distress. We've had a tremendous number of calls. In fact, they're still coming in. They've definitely helped us in concentrating our search efforts and focusing on where exactly these wreckage sites might be.
Carrie Bradley saw the accident.
It was kind of like a pop. When that happened, the basket exploded and debris started falling to the ground.
CBS News Update, I'm Gary Nunn.
Concord Pet is the proud sponsor of Wednesday's Wonder Pet with our local SPCAs. Throughout the years, Concord Pet Foods and Supplies has been dedicated to giving your pets the very best at the area's lowest prices. Locally owned and operated at Concord Pet, they feel the need to help their customers as if they're family, consistently striving to be the best in the area, from carrying bags to having a knowledgeable staff. Stop into Concord Pet today, where you and your pet will be treated like part of the family. Concord Pet, with 22 locations, there's bound to be a Concord Pet near you. Go to Delaware1059.com, enter keyword pet for more information.
Susan Monday here, inviting you to check out Sip and Bite on Delaware 1059. Tune in at 3 every Saturday to find out where you should go for dinner tonight, or to find out about a local event where you'll get to experience great dishes prepared by the fabulous chefs we have in the area. And let's not forget about the local wineries, breweries, and distilleries with something to quench your thirst. It's all about supporting local on Sip and Bite. So join me on a culinary journey every Saturday on Delaware 1059. Brought to you by the J. Caputo Restaurant Group. The truth is on your fork.
Thanks for listening to Delaware 1059 on your radio. And for your convenience, streaming live online. Visit Delaware1059.com to hear local news and talk for Delmarva online, streaming 24/7. Sponsored in part by Jim Weller at Weller's Utility Trailers in Bridgeville, the largest trailer dealer in the area, and online at Wellers.com. Delaware 1059, streaming live at Delaware1059.com.
Hey, have you been to a Monday meetup yet? Well, I broadcast the Susan Monday show every single Monday from an arenas, and this Monday I'll be at the one in Georgetown. It's located at the Sussex County Airport. It's got plenty of parking, an outdoor patio, and of course, arena's great sandwiches, soups, and salads. Bring the kids and the dog. Joining me this week will be Dave and Nancy Lurdy from Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Gallo Realty, serving Sussex County and all of .com. So if you're thinking about buying or selling a house, you won't want to miss this husband and wife team. They'll help you understand the whole process, from home inspections to settlements. So check your calendar and make a plan to come on out to arenas at the Sussex County Airport in Georgetown. Come for lunch. It opens at 11 o'clock. And stay and join us for the great conversation during the Monday meetup.
Hello, this is Jason Dean, owner of JD Sign Company. We design, build, and maintain commercial signs so your business can effectively communicate with customers. The harsh winter is behind us, but the effects are not. Many signs are damaged, not properly lit, or completely dark. Spring is here and summer is coming. Is your sign ready to let customers know you are open for business? Our service trucks are fully stocked and ready to repair your sign. JD Sign Company, 302-786-2761 or DelawareSign.com. That's 302-786-2761, DelawareSign.com.
La Red Health Center is a patient-centered medical home where a dedicated team of healthcare professionals take responsibility for the comprehensive quality healthcare provided to patients and arrange for appropriate care with other qualified providers as needed. Highly accessible and affordable, La Red Health Center offers pediatric and primary care, including childhood immunization and school and sports physicals, adult and senior services, behavioral health services, women's health services, and oral health care. La Red Health Center accepts most insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid, works with people who currently do not have health insurance. Although La Red Health Center is not a free clinic, income documentation may qualify uninsured patients for La Red Health Center's sliding fee scale. Whether you have lived in Sussex County your whole life, recently moved here, or are just visiting the area, La Red Health Center, with convenient locations in Georgetown and Seaford, can help meet your medical needs and become a network of quality care centered around you and your family. Call today to make an appointment at 302-855-1233. LaRedHealthCenter.org.
The following program is a paid commercial presentation. The comments, views, and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect the views of the staff, management, or advertisers of Delaware 1059.
Okay, we are back, everybody. Jim Weller here. You're listening to Weller Does Delmarva. We are actually live right inside the Weller Utility Trailers Complex here at Bridgeville. So anyway, we open here today at 9. I got something I want to give away free. I want to give away a bunch of them today and today only. It's going to be limit 1 per person, and I'll tell you about it in a little bit. But I wanted to also mention another one of my sponsors, No Nonsense Office Machines. Rick Fowler, real good guy. He's in Georgetown, about 2 miles east of the Circle, right next to Sports at the Beach Complex. I've been dealing with him for probably 25 years now. He sells me my copiers and services them, but he's also just a good guy. He can work on just about anything. He sells and builds computers, works on computers, laptops, gaming systems like Wii or Xbox and stuff like that. We don't have them around the store anymore, do we, Brooks?
No, we don't.
Okay. He had to think, man.
Caught me
Asking
off
him,
guard
is there
there.
any Wii games or Xboxes around the store? All right. So I don't let the guys play with them during work, but I was just trying to trip Brooks up. So anyway.
You definitely got me.
Okay. So anyway, just want to let you know, if you have anything you want worked on, you give him a call, Rick Fowler. Tell him I sent you. 856-7381, 856-7381. Real good guy. He'll do you a good job. So next thing I wanted to talk about was my heating and air people, First Class Heating and Air. It's a time of year people are turning their air conditioners on and saying, holy mackerel, it doesn't work, or it doesn't work as good as it should, or my electric bill's too high. I want this thing operating efficiently. So they could do a home performance test. They could come out and service your heating and air conditioning system. If you get a maintenance agreement, that's what I've got now. They also then will service it once or twice a year, depending on what agreement you pick. And then if you need anything, you get 15% off your parts and 15% off your labor. I like that. So anyway, give them a call. Locally owned and operated. They've been serving Delaware for really Delmarva. They serve Maryland too. I didn't know that till recently, but for over 40 years. First Class Heating and Air, 934-8900, 934-8900. Now, I still have Darren Gingrich in here, and he's hard to trip up. But anyway, he's got a good friend of his and a lady I have come to know who's been real supportive of the community, has a good little business, and is quite a blessing to all who deal with her. But Darren, do you want to introduce?
Yeah, let me just introduce
friend?
my good friend Pat Dundas, representing Geneva Academy, and she's the principal there.
Principal there.
She's the principal.
Okay.
So I credit her with reining in my 4 children that have been going to Geneva Academy, which probably isn't always an easy job, but they're great kids.
Job,
they're great kids.
Full-time job.
So
she's just glad she doesn't have to rein you in.
That's right.
So you got 4 children that go to the Geneva Academy.
4 kids, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
they've just been a real
of
blessing.
all your children, how many go there?
That actually represents all of them, Jim.
Oh, okay.
For now, at least.
All right, so you're all in. In other words, you've made 100% commitment.
We're sending as many of our kids as we possibly can.
And this is a choice. You've made up your mind
That's right.
to pick a school
Yes.
that you decided to send your kids to. So you're kind of entrusting them
Yes.
with their future education.
And I tell you, Jim, Thursday night they had what they call an open house, which is a chance for prospective people to come see what they do that's unique.
All right.
And it was just a blessing watching these kids. It just watching the progress my kids have made in the two
Seeing
years
the
they've
results.
gone. They're seeing the results, and it's amazing. And it's a Christian education. You know, we know the benefits of a private Christian education.
Right.
But they add another element that's very unique to them, which is why my kids go there.
Okay.
And I'm going to let Pat describe that, but it's the classical part.
Now,
that makes
let's
it
just
distinctive.
But let's do the the Geneva Academy. Where is it located?
It is in Lincoln.
Lincoln, Nebraska, Delaware.
Delaware.
Okay.
It's got a great state of Delaware.
All right, so it's in Lincoln.
It is in Lincoln.
Conveniently located, very
It
easy to
is.
get to, I
It
guess,
is.
whether you're
It
coming
is.
from Lewis or Rehoboth or
It is.
Milford or Dover, or
Yes.
kind of all roads lead to Lincoln.
It does.
Sooner or
actually.
later.
We're in a very, very good. The Lord's very strategic. I mean,
Yeah.
no question.
Well, good.
So yeah, very easy to get to.
And I believe that you've been operating the school now for like 7 years.
7 years.
Wow.
And counting.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, good. And what do you do there? In other words,
Oh, gosh.
now, like what grade from what grade does?
It's kindergarten through 12.
Oh, so
we're
the whole
full-
thing. So
yeah,
if
full spectrum.
if a child goes there and when ninth grade rolls around, they don't have to go somewhere else.
Oh,
They
no.
can keep right where they're at.
In fact, the high school is the crown of the classical education, which I'll tell you about in a
really?
second.
Okay.
It's where it all comes together. Those first 2 stages of the trivium, which I'll explain to you,
Okay.
it drives to the high school years.
Okay.
And I'll just explain the trivium to you.
Okay.
This is
so
one
it's
of the
called
things,
classical Christian
education.
Okay, all right.
And we are very unique in the sense of several ways. Number one, there's only 2 classical Christian schools in all of Delaware.
Wow.
One up in Wilmington and one here in Lincoln. That's us.
Okay.
And so we kind of have the whole territory covered here.
I would say, yeah.
So, but the thing that's very unique is if I said to you, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, you'd go, whoa, those guys, they were brilliant, right? Oh, how did they have the ability to create the documents to start a new country? How did they do that? Simple. They were classically trained. That's how they could do what they did.
So this form of training has been around many years.
Many years. In fact, we call it going back to the future.
Okay.
Because it's been around for many, many years, and it's only at the turn of the 1900s that the education began to change. And we started to slide then. And so we're going back to the things that made people
America great.
Yes,
right.
yes. And
that
so,
made people great, which made America great.
Exactly. It enabled them. It gave them the tools to do the things that they need to do no matter what you do in your life, whether you have a business like you do, whether you run for a political office, whether you're a doctor, a scientist, a trash man. It doesn't matter. It gives you the ability to do the best you can do, to be brilliant at what you do, and to lead. Actually, one of the things about classical education is it produces leaders.
Wow.
And
so
that
you're not just training people. You are equipping people.
Oh, we're equipping them.
No, you're not just saying, can you please learn how to add 2 and 2 and 3 and 3 and so you're equipping them what to do with that education.
Absolutely. So we equip them so when they move out, when they go on, they will become the leaders. They will be the tomorrow. We're equipping the future here, and it's just amazing. And they have the ability to do that, and we're already seeing. We've have a couple of graduates already, and they're blowing the socks off their professors in college. The professors are turning around and saying, "Where did you go to high school?"
Really?
Oh yeah, it's just amazing.
But it's not just the school as much as it's the design of what you're teaching.
Well,
the way you're teaching.
The way we teach them.
The way
exactly.
you're teaching.
The whole educational system provides this.
So these people would also make better employees.
Oh, absolutely, because they're, and of course we're Christian, so we're teaching them to do
values.
Everything to the glory of God, as well as
which
make
holds
them
to a higher standard.
Absolutely.
So you're teaching this in first grade.
Absolutely, kindergarten.
So, kindergarten. So from kindergarten on, you're basically teaching people first of all to do the right thing.
Yeah, and the earlier we get them, the better it is for them because it's just ingrained in them. At the open house, we had the first graders up there presenting to the audience. So we start them way down here. And so by the time they reach the high school, when they are prepared to stand up. And I want to explain the trivium to you.
Okay.
The trivium, which is what classical education is based on, has 3 stages that we deal with. There's a quadrivium, but that's college. So we deal with the trivium. The trivium is the grammar stage, the logic stage, and the rhetoric stage. The grammar goes from kindergarten through 6.
Okay.
The logic is 7 and 8. And then the rhetoric, which is high school, is 9 through 12.
Okay.
In the grammar stage, children are capable of enormous amounts of facts. And so what we do is we fact dump on them. They are inundated with facts. And you think, oh, that sounds terrible. No. They love it. They're like sponges. They just absorb it and absorb it.
But you're talking truthful facts, not cartoons and things like that. You're talking truthful things.
Alexander the Great, these kids were talking about. In fact, the first and second
graders. Things they're not going to see on TV.
Oh, no. Okay. They did a whole thing on Caesar just recently. This is first and second grade. I mean,
And you're saying they're just absorbing it like sponges.
They're amazing. We start Latin in the second grade. Latin. And they take that all the way up. And they're they set the second,
they
third.
said things I don't have any idea what they were saying the other night.
They were singing in Latin, and they were doing all this stuff in Latin. Amazing. So the grammar stage is they get familiar with all these facts. The logic stage is now, and it's based on how God created us. Now they want to know why. So we tell them why. We let them take the facts apart. We put them back together again. We let them turn it over. We, the teacher facilitates and draws this out of them, and they debate one another. They learn logic. It's truly an amazing.
So they're not just memorizing things.
No.
You're teaching them how to take A and B and explain how it equates.
Right. In grammar, it's 2 + 2 is 4. Woohoo! That's a fact.
Okay.
In logic, why? 2 + 2 is 4. Why? How does that work? Take it apart. Put it back together again. Now we get to the rhetoric stage. The rhetoric stage, they know their facts. They know why they're facts, and now they're going to defend their facts. They're equipped to go out into the public square and defend what they know.
Wow.
They defend their faith. They defend what they know. They're learning the Constitution. They're learning so many different things, and we're equipping them so they can stand in the middle of a group of people out there in the public square, and if the whole group is against them, they know how to defend what they know.
Wow. We've recently been interviewing people. You would be amazed at how people can't even explain who they are.
No.
I'm a good guy.
No.
Well, that doesn't explain who you are or how you are. In other words, with all this texting, people can't even they can't even communicate.
Right.
They're not even going to be able to testify in court if they had to, or explain an accident they just witnessed.
We have parents, of course, and adults who are becoming familiar with Geneva Academy, saying, "I wish I had gone here."
Yeah.
Now they have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Because we have a night class.
Really? For adults?
For adults. It's open to the community.
Is there any height or weight requirements?
No.
Really? So we don't have to be tall or thin.
You have to have either height or weight.
Oh, okay. Substance. All right.
This is the Worldview Institute at Geneva.
Okay.
And we are covering topics next this fall. There's going to be an introduction to New Testament. We have currently a class going on, an introduction to the U.S. Constitution.
Wow.
In the fall, there's going to be We Still Hold These Truths, which are what the foundation of the country was founded on, and why we need to still hold to those things. There's so much going on at Geneva.
So like
it's
a
amazing.
continuing education. 1 minute left. Okay.
It is.
All right. Well, listen, I need to
Exciting
know
stuff.
a phone number.
Okay, 302.
Yep.
500.
Yep.
2087.
500 2087. So people can call during the day and say, hey, tell me a little bit more about this school.
Sure can.
Tell me
They
a little
can-
bit more about this adult education type thing
Yes,
or whatever.
they can come by and visit. They, set up an
Okay,
appointment. They
really?
can come see
Okay.
the school, and I will sit down with them and explain classical education to them.
Now, I
So
believe
it's
your
open.
website is Geneva, www, of course, but Geneva Academy of DE.com. Is that right? Geneva. How do you spell Geneva?
Just like the city.
Okay, you tell me.
Geneva. Geneva.
Geneva. Okay, Geneva. Okay. All right, anything else?
I just wanted to bring up, we're doing a fundraiser for a playground there. So
Are
if
you
you've got
really?
folks out there that have a heart for kids and would like to see your money well spent with some basic playground equipment,
okay. All right.
feel free to contact them. That'll
All right.
be happy
Say,
to
hey,
help
I'm
you.
all in.
Yeah.
All right. So I did want to ask, I know this is a silly question, but if I were to donate to this playground equipment, would it be tax deductible?
I believe it would.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
I hate to look at it that way, but sometimes I
Hey,
do.
It's all about
Okay.
being efficient with
No
your
one's
money.
going to do anything wrong, but if it's there, I want to exercise all my rights.
Actually, that's right. And you would learn that at Geneva Academy.
All right. Thank you very much, Pat. Thank you for your
you.
commitment to the community
Thank
and the
you,
kids.
guys.
I have many friends that have their children going there that actually have went to other schools and said, man, just in 1 year, I have noticed a huge
Absolutely.
difference. In other words,
Oh, yeah.
so I know it's hard work. So thank
It is.
you for
It is.
your commitment, your
Thank
hard
you.
work.
Thank
So,
you for having us.
All right, folks, that is Pat Dundas from the Geneva Academy in the big city of Lincoln, Delaware. Phone number 500 2087, 500 2087. Classical Christian Education. Check it out. All right, folks, what is the next thing? I do want to give something away. I keep saying that. I'm just trying to think as I talk What do I want to give away, okay? Maybe some free hot air. Is the sunshine, and we give away some free sunshine?
I don't think it's sunshine
Okay.
right now.
How about some free smiles?
Smiles, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Now, I got something coming up, but I did want to mention another sponsor, George Luff and Associates in Milford. They are doing our payroll, and I have went to, I don't know what it's called, but we pay every other week. So anyway, because they charge by the pay cycle, and I got to looking at their chart, we used to pay every week. And I know that kind of got on everybody that works here's nerves and everything. So, I guess you'd probably just be happy if I only paid you once a month or once a quarter.
Whatever works for you.
Whatever works for me. See how cooperative he is? Remember that, folks, if you're buying something, how cooperative Brooks is. Just come in and work him over. But anyway, 1 to 5 employees only cost $25 a pay period. When you break that down, that's like $5 a person. Anyway, so I wanted to let you know if you have a business, big one or a small one, they can do hundreds of employees. So they can do your payroll weekly. They can do it biweekly. They can do it quarterly. They can do it, I don't know if there's such a thing as a yearly salary or annual salary. But anyway, give them a call, 422-9699, and say, hey, I'm tired of doing payroll. I'm scared to death I'm going to do something wrong that's going to give me more fines and penalties than I got time to fool with. So what do I do? Anyway, 422-9699, luffcpas.com. Brooks, I want to give something away for free. And since you've been so gracious to hang out and help us with the show, what would your title here be? Executive
producer.
What was Brandon when he did it?
Assistant executive producer.
Okay, so you're the executive producer of Weller Does Delmarva.
Absolutely.
All right, well, I'm going to say this. This is something we've sold. Have you sold any of these?
I've sold quite a few of them.
Have the people been happy?
Absolutely.
It's something that if you had one of these in your pocket, you could literally save a few $100s in a year. Is that fair to say?
Very easily, very quickly.
Very quickly. All right, we sell them normally for $15 a piece. But today and today only. What is today? Saturday?
Saturday,
What's
May
the date?
10th.
May 10th, 2014.
Yes.
Okay? Today and today only. If you come in and look for the executive producer of Weller Does Delmarva and say, hey, I want one of them things for free, we'll give them one of these absolutely free. Do you want to describe it?
It is the Weller's discount card.
And it's only good at Weller's?
It is not only good at Weller's. There's quite a few places you can take it. I know Dairy Queen, if you like
Dairy
ice
Queen. Listen to you. What are you doing at Dairy Queen?
I shouldn't be eating there because I'm on the Weller's Weight Loss Challenge. But,
okay. You said it first.
But you get $1 off any Blizzard.
Isn't that amazing? So like a $3 or $4 item, you get $1 off.
Yeah, that's like 25% off.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Now, once you use this, do you get to get it back or do you just surrender it?
You can continue to use it day
So
after
you're saying
day
you can
after day.
actually go from Mama Maria's in Milford and save 10% on dinner and slide on over to Dairy Queen and get $1 off your Blizzard.
Yep, and then once you
You
get
can use it all day long.
Yeah, and once you get that sugar high, then you can leave and go to Walmart where Annie Ann's is and buy 3
Get
pretzels
some of
and
them
get one
pretzels.
free.
Okay, you got it all mapped out, I can see.
Oh, yeah.
Well, why don't we start at Bethany Blues and then make our way to Dairy Queen and then there. But listen to this one. McDonald's. Buy an extra value meal and you get a quarter pounder with cheese free.
That's like a
every single time you do that.
That's like a $3 value just in that one thing right there.
Yep.
You do that a couple of times, and that paid for the card, but now you're getting the card for free if you come in and see me today. So it's like you get.
They got to find you though.
Exactly, but they're
Okay.
all of a sudden, wow, you're saving money, saving money, saving money, saving money.
Look at this, the Duck-In Car Wash. $2 off the Ultimate Wash. $2.
Mm-hmm.
Man, do that 10, 20 times a year.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And
So
you're
we want to
helping the
thank all the
community.
people, Nicola Pizza, Popeyes, Rudy's Diner, Fisher Auto Parts, Hardee's. Buy one, get one free. Any thick burger at the regular price. That's amazing. Milford, Harrington, and Dover. Anyway, folks, Applebee's is on there, Burgers and Beans, Cafe Tamborelli's, Bethany Blues. Okay, so here's the deal. How many are we going to do? How many people do you want to come in and get one of these today?
I'd say the first 200.
200. I'd like to see you talk to 200 people in a day. Folks,
My
if you're
goals are
listening,
big.
Okay, this is a real offer, folks, okay? It's the Weller's discount card. It's free. Can they see one on our website?
Yes, it's right on our homepage.
Okay, so go to Wellers.com, look right at it, and say, man, I guess I'll take one of them for free, okay? So you can get one free, and if you want to buy one, the next one will be $15.
Yes.
Is that fair?
Absolutely.
All right, and I can attest to the people that have had these. They are like, thank you, because we handpick these places.
Yes.
So anyway, free. Do they have to purchase anything?
No, they don't.
Let's make
no,
that
no
real
purchase
clear
necessary.
now. So they could just come in and say, hey, where's the man? You also claim to be the number one salesman here, don't you?
I don't claim to be. I am. It's a fact.
Folks, let's not fluff him up too much. That's Mr. Brooks Ritter, okay? Now, what's the next thing I want to do? I want to talk about L&W Insurance. I can't say enough about them, but if you have car insurance now, homeowners insurance now, life or commercial coverage now, and you want to just get a second opinion, give them a call now at 856-7828, 856-7828. Want to remind you that I've been losing weight, taking some protein shakes, and I'm feeling pretty good. If you have any interest in getting healthier or working on your fitness or whatever, and you just want some guidance or a good coach, give Jeannie or Dave Morgan a call at 422-8315. Then we went to the go-kart track in Milford the other night, Shore Speed. That's a great place in Milford. It's
Absolutely.
right behind NKS Distributors. But I want to let you know they got a big event coming up. It's called the Blue Hen Traditions, and this is kind of like a nonprofit organization that helps funnel proceeds to children with medical and life-changing needs. So they're having a fundraising event today, May 10th, from 11 to 3 at Shore Speed in Milford. So I think you go in and you ride the go-karts, and whatever amount of money or a percentage of the money is donated back to this Blue Hen Tradition. So check that out. Brooks, are we about out of time?
We're about out of time.
About out of
We got
time.
About 30
we're
seconds left.
about 30 seconds. We're open at Weller's today. We'd love to see you. Love the opportunity to meet you, greet you, and earn your business. Big car show down at First State Chevrolet in Georgetown
Yes,
today,
it
too.
is. Yep.
I think it's called the Red Man. They're putting it on, and it's also a fundraising event. So a lot going on today. Check things out, and thank you for listening. I'm Jim Weller. This has been Brooks Ritter. We are at Weller's Utility Trailers in Bridgeville. The store is now officially open. Thank you, Darren Gingrich. Thank you, Fran. Thank you, the Geneva Academy, for being on, and we'll be back next Saturday. We're looking for people to like us on Facebook, right?
Absolutely.
You can like us anywhere, but on Facebook, what do we got? Weller Does Delmarva, Weller's Red Barn,
Yeah, Weller's Utility Trailers.
and Weller's Sheds and Carports, or
Yep.
whatever it's called. But anyway, and you can even friend me, Jim Weller, on Facebook. That's an amazing little thing, Facebook, isn't it?
It is. It is.
All
You can
right.
reach a lot of people through Facebook.
Can you really?
Absolutely.
All right, so you're going to give some of these away today,
Absolutely.
and nobody has to buy nothing.
Nope. They just need to
Would they
come
be
and
allowed
look
to
for-
buy some if they wanted to?
Sure. I'm not gonna hinder them in that aspect.
But what I'm saying is, if you've never been into Weller's, we don't sell just trailers, man. You come in the showroom and you're like, holy mackerel, look at all them bargains, So anyway, other than that, folks, have a good weekend. Mother's Day is tomorrow. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. That'd be a great gift for Mom.
It would be.
Get her one of these cards. Don't tell her it was free.
No.
But just come get one. It says $15 right on it. Look like you're something, and it just saves your money time and time and time again.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
The gift that keeps on giving. It's almost like knowing Brooks Ritter. All right, Brooks, have a good weekend, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you, Fran. God bless you all. If you want to come to church with me, I go to Eagles Nest in Milton, 9:30 Sunday morning. Love to see you. Other than that, enjoy the day, enjoy the weekend, and happy Mother's Day, everybody.
See you later.
See ya.